What's good, everyone? Welcome back to Cleveland Sports Unfiltered. So, with the success of the 2025 draft class, the Cleveland Browns are looking to duplicate that same success with the 2026 draft class. And from all reports, the guys are looking very, very good as we're heading to training camp. We're going to see, especially when their guys get with the veterans, how these rookies are shaping up. But I want to talk about a few guys that I think will have, if not full breakout season, will have a good season. And I'm the first guy I want to start out with is my personal favorite pick of the draft, Denzel Boston. If everybody's seen it. If you're a Browns fan and you follow any Browns content creators, everybody's seen on the internet that Denzel Boston is out there making plays. He had a beautiful deep ball thrown to him by Deshaun, where he caught it over. No, it wasn't over, but when he caught it on Tyson Campbell, and I think the safety was Ronnie Hickman, where he caught it over. He caught it on both of those guys. It was a beautiful back shoulder on, uh, yeah, beautiful back shoulder deep ball in the end zone where he caught it, and he's been making plays. He's been making moss plays. He's mossed a few guys. Um, we all seen it. We've all seen the highlight plays in traffic catches, the toe tap catches. We've all seen Denzel Boston making plays. He was one of my favorite receivers coming out this year, and like I said, that's why I said in a video after the draft, he was my favorite pick of the draft because I didn't think we had a chance to get him and Concepcion. But definitely Denzel Boston is the one of the guys that I think is definitely going to have a tremendous season this year because I think he is going to be the chain movers. I do think he's going to be the guy who keeps the drive going. And I also do think that he is going to be the favorite target of whichever quarterback. Because also, if you not heard, I think I heard G. Bush of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show when he said, well, he's out to practice. Or was it G. Bush or no, I don't think it was G. Bush. It was Zach Jackson. Zach Jackson said it actually. Sorry, um, Zach Jackson said every both quarterbacks that's in the competition, Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson, first read was, if not always, mostly to Denzel Boston, especially Shador Sanders. I think so. That's good to have your young second year quarterback having tremendous trust, not just looking for him, but trusting that hey, you're the first read, you're gonna make the catch, and you or you're gonna move the sticks and you're gonna make this play for me. It's good to see that your young quarterback and is building a great foundational relationship with your young receiver, who I think it's is coming for the top number one receiver spot. Um, no disrespect to KC. I do think KC is going to have a different role. I mean, not more of a different role. I do think he's going to play a little bit of special teams. I do because he was an elite returner. He made big plays in the return game, and he also made big plays. So, but I do think Boston is going to be the number one outside receiver. Uh, KC is going to be the Swiss Army knife of the whole wide receiver crew, but Boston, I think, is gonna be again the chain movers, the guy who you look for on third down, and also I think he's gonna be the drive finisher. I got high praise and adulations, and high expectations for Boston because I do think he is the guy we've been looking for the longest, and I do think he does what we wanted Cedric Tillman to be. He's what we wanted Cedric Tillman to be, the big body, go up and get it, finish drive finisher. But I do think that's what he's going to be the most is the drive finisher. But yeah, he's just one of the guys that I think is going to have a breakout season. Another guy I think that will have a breakout season is a guy on the defensive side of the ball, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Not only that, but due to the contract disputes with Grant Delpit and the Cleveland Browns, I don't know if Grant was pr- practicing in mandatory mini camps. So, that whole situation is what it is. And I do think with the drafting of E-Man, maybe that does signal the end of Grant Delpit, but you gotta see what he has. But he's a long, lengthy safety who makes who's tremendous in the run game. He is a turnover machine. He does create a lot of turnovers. He is a ball hawk. But I don't. He's definitely what they would love a Grant Delpit replacement to be. But I don't. Who knows how they're going to use him because the lack of depth in the safety room is a little bit, of a concern because they got Grant, Ronnie, and E-Man. So, but I think he's going to be in a box. He's going to be a box safety. Again, that he's the Grant Delpit replacement from what it looks like. You just read the tea leaves and you know you look at the lack of non-contract talks maybe with the Browns. I don't know because Andrew Berry is ultra secretive with contract talks, and he doesn't like to talk about players' contract negotiations when it's ongoing, or even when it's already settled. So, but I do think E-Man is going to have a tremendous breakout season. Again, he's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a player. If you didn't really watch him in Toledo, just look up his highlights. He's a ball hawk at safety. He's good at creating turnovers. He plays the run very well. I think they could also use him in some blitz packages more. They're gonna have um, a hell of a player, and they're gonna have a hell of a time using him in all types of roles. So, E-Man is definitely somebody that I do think is gonna have uh, a breakout season. Honorable mentions. I was gonna, honorable mentions is Spencer Fano, but I do think I don't think he's gonna have a breakout season per se because you don't know how to. I don't know how to equate a breakout season for an offensive lineman. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm an offensive lineman aficionado, offensive lineman guru. Um, nobody, I don't. Nobody really knows how to break down offensive line play. I mean, outside of you being constantly your name being constantly called on TV and you being constantly beat and letting your quarterback get hit upside the head. So as long as he does that, and I do think he's gonna have some help as far as like guard play, but they're looking to start him on the left side. They're looking for him to solidify that left side of the ball. Um, but I do think he can, if he can, again, if his name is not called as often as we fear, I I think he'll be fine. And I think that's what you consider a breakout season. Like if he maybe I know he's not going to be in college where he didn't allow a sack last year. Guys are just way bigger, faster, and stronger and better in the NFL. And it's the NFL. It's the creme de la creme of talent. So it's not going to go a season where you don't allow a sack. But as long as your pressure rate is down on your side, sack rate is down. Uh, Hell, if he can have like under 50 pressures and under, let's say, under 5 sacks, if he can allow maybe 4 sacks and maybe like 30 pressures, to me, me personally, just Again, I'm not an offensive offensive lineman aficionado, but that seems like a breakout season to me. That seems like you found your future left tackle because your quarterback didn't get pressured and flushed to the other side of the pocket as much. And again, you didn't let your quarterback get beat upside the head, especially on this blind side. When it pertains to the two guys that's potentially starting to shine or Shador. But those are just some guys that I think will have a breakout season. And then, now other guys, as far as like KC again, I think he's going to be. Said earlier, he's going to be the Swiss Army knife, and I think they're going to have a different role from him. I don't think his role is going to be fully acknowledged until like the start of the season. Then that's when you'll see he has a bigger role than what everybody's anticipating. But those are just the few guys that I think is going to have a breakout season for the Browns. But y'all let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Let me know who you guys think will have a breakout season. Hell, maybe y'all maybe think the entire class will have a breakout season. But let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. You guys know what I'm about to tell you. You guys don't got to go home. Y'all got to get the hell out of here. And until next time, peace.